Okay, so we've recapped everything that we've learned about test-driven development, the different rules and principles, and I think at this stage it is just worthwhile for us to not recap, but look at what we've actually achieved. So using our test that we wrote before the implementation code, which we have got here, we really have achieved quite a bit. There's a substantial number of tests, I think, including the different theories, over 20, and it beautifully outlines a shopping cart that has got a fair amount of functionality. Let's have a look at the shopping cart. Here we go, this is the shopping cart functionality where we've got items. It works out the subtotals. It's got an items count property. We can add, we can remove, we can clear out, and the code is really nice and easy to read. I think it would have been difficult for me to write code like this. This clean and this concise without using a technique like test-driven development. In the past, whenever I wrote code, it tended to be overly complicated. So what is a relatively short here in the shopping cart class, so fewer than 40 lines of code, could well have ended up being over 100. So this is really, really nice. Let's have a look at the shopping cart item class. This is a capable kind of domain entity as well, which sits subordinate to the shopping cart class itself, so it's being used by the shopping cart class, is mostly made up of product and quantity, but has got additional helper properties like product name, unit price, the subtotal, which if you remember, kind of removed some feature envy from the shopping cart class itself, where we needed to work out quantity multiplied by unit price of a shopping cart item, and we've pushed that property subtotal down into the shopping cart item. The shopping cart item constructor checks for the validity of the product and the quantity in particular, whether or not a quantity is smaller than or equal to 0. When it is, then we've got an invalid quantity, and we had to have a product as well. So when the product is null, then a missing product exception is being thrown, which is really kind of nice. It's not the shopping cart that needs to do this work, it's the shopping cart items itself can do it. And that's also why the shopping cart class can end up being fewer than 40 lines of code, because whatever could be taken out of there and delegated with regards to behavior to the shopping cart item class we have done. What else have we got? We've got the product class. Okay, fairly simple animal, just contains the name and the unit price, and then we've also got a bunch of exceptions, which were also really helpful because they dealt with certain error conditions instead of us throwing sort of plain vanilla exceptions out of the shopping cart class itself. So I think in general, even though we've got relatively little code, what we've managed to achieve with test-driven development is create some really beautiful code, right? Relatively few number of lines, which is fantastic, because the more number of lines and the more complex those lines are, it means that the less maintainable our code will be. And our shopping cart and its associated classes, our shopping cart item and product and these exceptions, are really quite capable. It can do so much. What you've done in this course is create quite a capable set of classes, especially the shopping cart class, that has got so much rich behavior in it. It's really quite outstanding. And with that, we're coming to the end of this course, Introduction to Test-Driven Development in C#. Thank you very much for purchasing this course. Hopefully you've learned lots, and I wish you good luck in your ongoing test-driven development journey.